Hi guys, this is Alexis from Reflections of a Bookaholic, and I'm here with another Plan With Me. This is another throwback spread since I did jump ahead and plan, edit, and upload some Christmas spreads. I am now going back and filling in the rest, filling in the fall and November spreads that I had left. This week I am using a B6 kit of sorts. So I did show you that it's a 2-page compilation, I guess we could say. So I participated in one of the sales earlier in the year that were grab bags, and I received this kit in that grab bag. So one page is the B6 size kit, and one page looks like an extra page from the full size kit. And since it was a grab bag, it was just kind of like a reduced price where I kind of got a little this or a little that of some older kits. When I participated in the sale and I got grab bags, I received a lot of fall kits. I think mostly fall kits, like 3 or 4, and 1 Christmas kit. And so as I'm going back and planning, there's not a lot of diversity in these spreads from shops. Because I am shopping my stash and using the kits that I had, and I did not buy a lot of new fall kits this year. I went super crazy and buying summer kits, and then I got that feeling in my gut when I had to put them all away, and I saw how many I had left over, and I was super conservative about buying fall and Christmas kits. And I found myself here shopping my stash, only to realize that most of my stash, because of the grab bags, was Sadies Stickers. So I am a huge fan of her shop, but it was not intentional. But my bank did appreciate my choices. Because it's not 2 B6 pages. The B6 page that it did come with were the full boxes. So the full boxes were a little bit shorter, which works for me because I'm able to fit more things in the spread, but I still get the fun look and feel of the full boxes. So I got the shorter full boxes, and then the functional page was from the full kit. And if I remember correctly, there were just a few things missing because, I know. What was missing was an extra set of headers. So I got the headers that came in the add-on and date covers, but I did not get the extra headers that tend to come with the actual kit. And so what I do is I do cut down the bottom header of the B6 page. There's like a short washi strip, which is meant to fit the B6 planner. And I cut that down, and what you can see here is I am then using my X-Acto knife or cutter or whatever you want to call it to make my own headers to go above the full boxes. And I really loved how this came out, and loved that the bottom washi was this kind of wood grain look. And I was lucky because it was something that I loved, but if it wasn't, I would have pulled in something else from my collection. I did have to pull in bottom washi from my own collection. Washi from my own collection to make as my bottom washi. I had a lot of choices. I love washi. I collect a lot of it, but it does get difficult sometimes matching it with spreads when you're trying to find the right look with the right foil. And in this instance, I did pull in some bottom washi from, I believe it was the Pretty Pink Co. I bought this washi a couple years ago, and unfortunately, the bows on the washi were starting to, what do you call it? I think, there's just such a term. It's like ghosting. So it like rolled onto some of the white parts of the other washi. I still decided to use this washi because I was in love with the washi, not in love with the ghosting, but I just couldn't. Once I made up my mind, I just didn't go away from it. And that's the risk you take with washi. So a heads up, if you're a big collector or you're really into it, you love how pretty it is, it's not guaranteed to last. And you don't really know until years later when you try to use it. And so my recommendation for anyone who is buying washi and who's really into it is 1, use it, and 2, keep it out of the sun. And it is just one of the unfortunate things about buying stickers and buying kits and things in our community is you really don't know the quality of it all the time until you get ready to use it. And that might be a couple years later. So if you're really good at just buying and using instead of hoarding, that would help you a lot more. Because I'm not going to go back to a shop and complain 2 years later, but I'm also going to be wary of that shop and maybe not go back and buy something again if I have a kit that wasn't cut very well or something like that. So getting back to the plan with me, I do show in this Plan With Me, as you can see, the decoration of the date covers. There are some spreads, some kits, some looks that when you know, you just know. And this was one of them for me. I loved this spread. I loved how it came out. I love these colors. One of the reasons why I didn't buy a lot of fall kits this season is because I felt like there was kind of a vintage look to a lot of the art, and that I wasn't a fan. And so this was kind of going back to like my own comfort zone, and the clip art and the things like this with the beautiful foil. I mean, that's my jam. So someone pointed out in a previous video that I didn't sound very clear, or I didn't sound very loud in my videos. And I'm pretty sure that I fixed that. In fact, I'm probably too loud. When I get done with this, I'm going to have to reduce the volume. What was happening was I got a new computer, and the microphone on that computer was just not as good as my previous one. And not only that, I was recording too far away. But even though the microphone was not as good, the sound on my computer was really high, like it's like being in a theater. I didn't know that the sound was low because it wasn't low for me. In fact, like I could turn it all the way up, and it could be too loud. And so once I realized that, I did kind of scrounge around and pull out my Yeti microphone, which I haven't used since, the computer I had before this computer. So I have this, which I've rarely used in previously Playing With Me. I bought them for it, but I rarely used it, and I sound like a completely different person. And so I'm going to have to get used to that. And if you're coming back and you're tuning in, you're like, who is this chick? It's me. I just sound, I don't know, different. I don't know. It's kind of weird listening to. So going back to the Plan With Me, I do zoom out, and I'm getting ready to get to the plans, but I do show you the spread before I start the actual planning. I love the base and was super excited to get to planning. So starting off, I did put down a clipboard. This clipboard is from Honey Inked. These icons aren't foiled. I foil them myself, just to note that I had a case emergency that morning that I needed to wake up and deal with just straight off the gate. I layered over some glasses from Crafts by Towie, just to note that I had an eye appointment. This is one of many appointments that you'll find. I had a lot of eye issues, and a lot of it, come to find out, spoiler alert, it had a lot to do with screen time. And so I'll talk about that a little bit more in my future spreads, because it was just so difficult to deal with. My eye just being crazy and all over the place. My eye was also twitching because of stress and lack of sleep. It was just a huge mess. Again, no self-care was going on during this time. I was just going until I burnt out. I did use that car sticker from, what is it? I think it was Paper Muse Crafts, and I love that car. It's not on premium matte paper, and so you have to be careful what you put on top of it, or put it on top of, but I did love that. I did know, and I used a sticker from White Deer Stationery on Monday that I hung out with on the swing with the boys, did some decorating, and then I also noted at the very bottom that Jackson, our dog, was back home for good, which was really exciting. Everyone was so happy to see him, and glad that we had worked really hard to transition him back home. He initially really struggled when Z was born, and it did not go well. He was really sick, just not happy about another baby at home. But we worked through it. It took a year, but I'm glad that he's home. On Tuesday, I just used a very old laptop sticker from my newest addiction to note that I did some case updates. I looked at some files. I used a what do you call that? Location bubble from Sadies Stickers. I'm kind of more zoomed out than normal. So I hope you can see that well. Just to note that I did some visits at elementary schools. I marinated some food to cook later, and then I hung out on the swing with the boys. That mom and kid sticker is from Paper Shower. Our weather was unseasonably warm. Well, I don't know if it was unseasonable. Like November 9th and Texas is still, it can still be warm, but we took advantage of the swing and Z loves being outside, so we took advantage to just hang out and chill outside. Jacob probably either had his cars, that's what he's into since he can't take his Legos outside, and Z was probably trying to get into the grass or play with the herbs or just destroy the stuff. I don't know. Moving on to Oh, and the rest of the day I spent working, and I think we went to the library and I did some filming. So moving on to Wednesday, I just had some work time. I had mediation, and then I layered over some floral. I cut down some floral. This floral obviously didn't come with this kit. I pulled in some floral from my collection, and I ended up using these florals 2 weeks in a row. I used it for this spread, which I thought gave that pop of orange and that fall feel without it being super matchy. I used it for this week, and then I used it for the spread next weekend. You're going to have to wait to see what that looks like. I definitely don't want to spoil it for you. I did use that bow clip sticker from Simply B6ish, just to note that I had some visits out of town. I had a couple of them, and just other work to be done. That work script is from Letters to Apollo. I used one of the smaller boxes just to note that we had dinner as a family, and I brought in some, I'm just drawing a blank. My brain is just like blah. But I brought in some food stickers from Sadies Stickers just to note that we had dinner with the family, and I'm pretty sure it was steak. On Thursday, I start off by layering a bib sticker from Crafts by Towie. I love that she has some baby icons that I could pick up that were foiled. And I pull those in just to note that I made breakfast for Z. Because the kit that I was using was not completely a B6 kit, I did not have checklists that came with it, so I had to pull some out from my collection. I don't know where these checklists are from, but I just went to one of my sticker books, looked for the right color, and matched it up. So I was happy with what I found and how it turned out. Just noted some things that I got done. I had a client meeting I needed to create and look at my to-do list, and I needed to do some work with my files. That file sticker is also from Crafts by Towie. I put down a third box and that Big Kid sticker. I don't know if you can tell it's a Big Kid. A boy sticker with a backpack coming from school, just to note that I did pick up Jacob that day. Unfortunately, they had the icy truck at school, but because I was informed by my husband that Jacob was absolute terror that morning, unfortunately, he didn't get to participate and he did not get an icy, which he was really disappointed about. But I have this philosophy that you do not ruin a kid's day. I don't want my kid to start off with a bad day. So even if he's an absolute terror, he is gently reminded, super patient in the morning. I'm not a morning person, so it's really easy for me to be patient for him because I'm pretty, I've heard from my husband that it's a stay away kind of situation. So I know that I'm not a morning person and I know how I am. And so it's easier for me to be patient with Jacob. But I think they ended up being late for school because he was being so difficult. And so not a surprise to him, but if that happens in the morning, I don't want to ruin his whole day or have him thinking about it all day. But when he did get out of school, that is where I talked to him about it, and unfortunately there are consequences for it. And for that, it meant he didn't get an icy that day when they had the icy truck, which is, I think they have the icy truck like a couple or a few times a year, and he just missed out that time. On Friday, I did use another laptop sticker from my newest addiction. These were huge a year or so or two ago. I just had a couple left, so I wanted to use up the sheet, and so I did. The embellishments and deco you see are from Sadies Stickers. I think the leaf embellishment is from Honey Inked, but I would have to relook. If you have a question about it, absolutely comment below, and I will look it up and reply. I put down a flag sticker. That laptop sticker is from the Pretty Pink Co., just to note that I had a family group conference for work. I layered over a talk bubble from Simply Said Life to note that I observed a visit. And then I was so excited to note that we had a date night, which since Z, I think this would be our third. We had one, I don't remember. We had one when Mama was here, and then we had one for our anniversary, and then we had this one. So it was a rare treat. We got a babysitter that we loved and trusted, and then we went to a brewery called Cork and Barrel, and the beer was just okay, but the cheese plate was really nice. And then we went to Escapology, where you're in the rooms, you have to solve the mystery to get out. Spoiler alert: we did not get out. Yeah, I'm not actually good at those kind of things. I love them, but like my kind of skills and any smartness I have does not seem to benefit those escape rooms. I've done them one other time, and I was useful at one point in the whole time, and there was just more of us, so we did escape. And I was like at the very end of that escape room, there was like a phone on the door, and it was a flip phone, and there was a code, and everyone couldn't figure out how to put in the code. But I'm old, and I remember at the time where when you had to send text messages, you had to push the number multiple times to get to the letter you needed. And so that's how we were able to get out. So the whole hour and a half we were there, I was useless until came time to remember how to text message on my flip phone. So yeah, that's my claim to fame for an escape room. So and also when we finished that escape room on Friday, we did go to a winery because we like to have fun. And we sat down and had a small like pizza and shared a bottle of wine before heading home to the boys. On Saturday, I just noted that I nursed and cuddled Z, that mom and baby stickers from Paper Shower. Also noted that I had a breakfast of toast and bacon and grapefruit. And I noted that I edited a plan with me, which is actually rare for in the middle of the day. I had some mom and baby time. I loved how I did that layering because it's a bigger sticker. So to kind of make it fit, I really like how that happened. I did a voiceover and we did go back that night, but we took the kids and we went to a wine tasting. They had like an event where they had like a pig on a roaster kind of. We didn't do that. We didn't do that part. We did the wine tasting. But we didn't. I don't. That wasn't for me. So on Sunday, I start off by putting down a third box and a sleep mask sticker from Simply Said Life. Just to note that Jacob actually had a rough morning. For whatever reason, he woke up in tears Saturday night calling me, and I was down in the office or something, and he just, I don't know if he had a nightmare or what, but he ended up in our bed getting lots of cuddles and kisses. And then I had a visit out of town to visit with a teenage client. And so that road sticker is actually from White Deer Stationery. I put down a half box and a sticker from Crafts by Towie, just to note that I had signed up for a meal train. And so I did a ravioli bake and went and dropped it off to a friend. I then came back and did bath night with the boys. That adorable bathtub sticker is from Fox and Pip. And then I spend the rest of the night, just doing kind of that boring, mundane life stuff, cleaning the kitchen. I made a chicken pot pie, which no one ate. And then I sat back and enjoyed Sunday night football. I'm pretty sure I did much more that night, but that's all that would fit. So that's what I went with. I do zoom out and show you the entire spread. I cannot say enough how much I really enjoyed planning the spread and the overall look of it, the pop of fall orange, what I would call burnt orange. I am a little biased. And then I show you the leftover stickers. Again, this size is so perfect for me. I use pretty much every sticker. I don't have a lot to add to my sticker books, and I feel accomplished, and it's great. If you like this plan with me, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.